Okay, safety message. I've had at least 2 of these now. I've only got 6 panels down, and I've had 2 of them crack in half as they get older. So these are 11 years old, out in the sun, snow, that kind of stuff. But I've had 2 of them crack in half and get caught a little bit by the wind and try and come down on me. So be very careful. Pretty. We gotta do something about this gazebo though. We need to take down this gazebo. It's 11 years old. Plastic polycarbonate roof. Hail making pockmarks in the top of the roof, and basically it's not leaking, but these trees drop a lot of organic matter, and that is getting into the gaps on the that were put on the roof by the hail, and we're getting organic growth in here. I don't know if it's actually moldy or anything yet, but it's not good. Plus, I mean, it is 11 years old, and it's just kind of, I think, lasted longer than these things are expected to in the Canada winters and things like that. So we are going to be pulling this down and bringing in a new gazebo that we got, metal roof that should last longer, hopefully. And yeah, so we'll just kind of go through the process of ripping it down. Essentially, there's a whole whack of steps we need to go through here. I'll kind of time lapse a whole whack of it here. But here in one sec, I will kind of switch and show you all the different bits and pieces we need to do. Okay, so besides the organic matter and all the holes in the roof, we've got a few other things that over time we've kind of patched this thing up just to keep it going, because I mean, they're not cheap. So there you can see some duct tape that's aging not well. So probably about 3 years into having this thing, that roof panel had flown off. Corner up there cracked. I patched it with a different piece of plastic and duct taped it all together. The whole thing had kind of cracked. So got it back together, watertight, but that duct tape you can see is basically needs to be replaced. There's multiple places on the outside where I have, try not to stare you right at the sun, I don't know if that's visible there or not, but spots where I've had to fix basically silicone or epoxy the roof to keep it together. These outside pieces here keep falling off. Basically this one's screwed on there right now to the polycarbonate, which that's all decaying. It's not going to last very long. So that's got to come off. We've managed to patch it together. There's another little busted piece right there coming off. We managed to patch it together and keep it going, but it's falling apart. And we don't know how many more winters it'll last. So we got a good deal, Costco, one with a metal roof that we like, and yeah, we'll be replacing it. It's shipping, so we've got some time. There's another item there. Dog's literally having a pissing contest on the edge of that. We've got them to stop doing that, but it's a little destroyed. First things first, on the back here, we have some lattice work that we have tied in. So early on, the mosquito netting here, great mosquito netting, but the zippers were starting to go, and what was happening was wind was whipping through here, and the mosquito netting and the curtains were kind of flipping across the fence there, getting all ripped, attacking the neighbor's tree. So we put up some lattice work to try and give a bit of privacy and also support here. So all I did here, it took a lot of steps, but plastic lattice, some of their tracks for slipping them in. Now this stuff I don't think is really supposed to be done vertically quite like this, but that's what the 2x4 support's for. So it's basically 3 sheets across of the lattice tied into top and bottom, and between them the tracks to kind of keep it all together, and it's got a whole whack of screws kind of keeping it all together there, and the 2x4 to provide support across the back. So it's all kind of tightened down there, so that needs to come off. So one of the things we need to do is, that'll be one of basically the first things we do before we do anything else, because the new gazebo we're putting in is larger. This is a 12-foot 6 deck by 16-foot 4, and we've got a 10 by 14 gazebo on here now. We're going to be replacing that with a 10 by 16. So from 10 by 14 to 10 by 16. So it's going to come out this way, 2 extra feet. So come right up to the edge, and then it's going to still be about this far back. So that comes out, and then we'll kind of pull everything out of here, out of the gazebo, pull the curtains down. Bonus marks, I don't know if you can see it on video, but yeah, bonus marks, as you can see the spelling mistake that's in these curtains, shower curtains. Start pulling things like the lamp and Jose, the tiki bird up there, down, and move some of the furniture out of the way, and then we will start on the roof. Rip the roof off. We'll disconnect the gazebo from the deck. So the base, we're not going to take the base apart yet. So we're going to keep the base, basically this top support and the legs, we'll keep that all together. That is still strong. That is the one piece, like there's never been any issues for strength on that. It's a lot of metal, really strong. So we might make that the base of a pergola, maybe over top of this. Once we get that off of here, you can see, well, I painted last year. Well, technically it's a stain. It doesn't stain. It acts like a paint. So it's coming off, this deck paint, and especially areas where the legs were, where we had the dogs having pissing contests, things like that. So we're going to basically pressure wash this whole deck once we get everything off of here, and then we'll repaint it. So we have a fair number of steps to do before the new gazebo gets here, but that's like Monday or Tuesday, so we've got like 3-4 days. We've only got, it looks nice and pretty out here right now. Nice temperatures. It's like 20 degrees right now, Celsius, so right around 72 Fahrenheit. And yeah, it's nice weather right now, but we're supposed to get rain, or 40% chance of rain, starting about 4 hours from now. So we'll get weekend through. I would just hold off. Wouldn't necessarily want to take any of the stuff down in the rain, but wind's supposed to pick up tomorrow, so I definitely don't want to be moving any of this stuff in the rain, or in the wind. So that's, yeah. One other note, Canadian, so you will hear, it's hanging off my head here, Canadian, so you will hear me talk in Celsius and in metric all around, but then when we start talking about building stuff, I will switch to imperial, just because like all building supplies in Canada pretty much come in foot and inches and all that kind of stuff. So mentally, I just kind of switch back and forth depending on whatever function I'm performing. So I may talk about something being 5 millimeters deep or half a centimeter, or I may talk about being a half, or quarter inch or whatever, depending on what I'm talking about. So just, I'll jump back and forth. Okay, so I got the one curtain off. Nice thing about this gazebo, there's these simple clips here on the tracks, slide back and forth, and it just, hooks into the shower curtain. Okay, so that's the first panel out. One thing to note is I'm trying to save all the screws. I don't want to lose any of the screws and have them in the pool, wrecking the vinyl liner and putting holes in things. But I'm also trying to save as much of the lattice as I can, so it can be reused for something else. All that's off. All the tracks are off. All the mosquito netting's off. You can see some. I had painted underneath before I put the tracks on, so it's not too bad, but there's definitely dirt and stuff that got underneath, and there was definitely organic material in that track. Some of the screws are rusting, so it was fun. Okay, safety message. I've had at least 2 of these now. I've only got 6 panels down, and I've had 2 of them crack in half as they get older. So these are 11 years old, out in the sun, snow, that kind of stuff. But I've had 2 of them crack in half and get caught a little bit by the wind and try and come down on me. So be very careful. Is that moss growing there? Like I said, organic material. Okay, check in with the roof panels off. So I'm gonna take the all the metal pieces off there, but if you can see that on camera, all the spots where the hail had damaged the top part of the polycarbonate, and just it's all kind of fallen out. There's a lot of organic material fell out when I was moving around too. Moss and tree stuff. Lots of stuff fell on me too, so that's fun. Gonna need a shower. Okay, it is all off here. I gotta clean up yet. So that's a thought on where we might put that, make some kind of pergola on top of that, because it is pretty strong still. So yeah, could do that. But yeah, next we're gonna clean this all off. I gotta sweep it first because there's still some bolt heads and things like that I need to make sure that it doesn't end up in the grass anywhere. So yeah, I'll sweep that all up and then I will get out the pressure washer. Okay, I got stuff put away in case of rain here for all the cushions and everything. So yeah, there's the shell of the old gazebo, maybe made into a pergola. I don't know, it takes up a lot of space. We'll have to see once all that furniture's out of the way. Yeah, and then the deck. So now all I need to do is pressure wash the deck, let that dry, fix a bunch of spots that are kind of damaged, and then paint. So I'm gonna get those lost plants off of the deck, get the pressure washer out, and continue on. Okay, so that's pressure washed. So my pressure washer was leaking pretty good, so I probably didn't quite have the pressure, but that took up a lot of the, well, again, they call it stain, but stain doesn't do that. That shouldn't come off in sheets, essentially, but I'm gonna let that dry. Then I'll have some wood repair. I'll probably have to do some scraping and some more sanding. This pressure washer didn't quite get enough. And then it'll be time to paint that. That won't be today though. We're looking for rain here shortly, so not gonna do that. I'm gonna cut that down for now. I think the next thing I'll do is I'll put some of this stuff back up here on the patio for now, and just to get it out of the way. Okay, that was a bunch of the furniture moved. Might be too much, I'm not sure. I have that there instead of an opening. But yeah, that's moved. Just put the patio furniture back up there temporarily until we get a chance to repair the wood and paint. Hopefully that's tomorrow, depends on the weather tonight, to give that a chance to dry. But yeah, there's the quote-unquote stain that I blew off. I'm gonna let that all dry. I have a leaf blower that also sucks into a bag. I'll do that. I'm gonna do it anyway. You gotta do it for all the stuff that these trees here drop. So I'll do that tomorrow once everything's dried again, based on weather. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna call that for now. Shut everything down and yeah, go eat some lunch. So yeah, I guess I should say that was about 3.5 hours. Yeah, it was about 3.5 hours to do what I did there. From about 10 to 1:30, maybe 9:30 to 1:30. So 3.5 to 4 hours to pull that all down, move everything. Not too bad. Sun came out to help move the gazebo, so that was good. And yeah, I think that's that for now. It looks so different here. Anyway, I'll talk to you after, once we get doing the next piece.